Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Hump Day edition of the JP Peterson Show. Man, we got some great stuff to get to today. Baker is pissed. That's fantastic. I love it, love it, love it. The Lightning have now gone 14 games getting a point. How about that as they beat San Jose last night? Big win there. So we'll talk a little bit about what went down. Almost got hit by a puck last night. Timmy? Could have died.
You got to pay attention, JP. It's on the back of your ticket.
I was not doing that. It's my fault. Bucs OC position takes a turn for the worst.
Maybe.
Oh, what the? And I think it portends bad things at one Buck place. We shall discuss. We've got Rays news. We've got breaking Rays news. We got news that nobody else has, Timmy. So good morning to you. In your toasty, warm studio. Actually, it's not because you don't have heat in that studio, do you?
No, but it's 54 degrees outside right now, so it's nice and toasty in here. I didn't even wear a jacket or a sweater.
I know, you don't even have a jacket on. It's 55 degrees in Tampa. We're all freezing our ass off.
I walked outside in the middle of the night to do some business in the backyard, and I was like expecting it to be 20, because Snowmageddon's coming here. We're supposed to get here in the DFW, we are supposed to get, now this obviously will not happen, but they are forecasting 2 inches of ice.
Oh, yeah.
And 8 to 12 inches of snow on top of that ice.
So I was watching some guy on Twitter this morning that's making the rounds or Instagram or whatever. And he was, I don't know if he's some type of weather expert, since he's on the web, he must be an expert.
Yeah.
He said there's going to be, and he put up this map all across Texas and the deep south, about 200 miles wide of ice. He said this is going to be 3 inches of ice all across Texas and the south, which means all of those power lines that get ice on them, like happened in Texas, right?
Yep.
Many years ago.
Yep.
That stuff, the people could be without power for a month. Isn't that what happened in Texas?
Yeah, back in February of 2020 when we had that, or 2021, I'm sorry, when we had that big, we had 140 days here in the DFW of below 20 degrees straight.
Wow.
And they say here.
It's like Alaska.
Well, they're calling us Dalaska this week is what everyone's referring to us. But it only takes a 1/4 inch ice accumulation to down power lines.
And you're getting 3 inches.
And we're supposed to get 2 inches of ice. They're saying that we will have, in this stretch this week, we will have 75 days of below 30 degrees. Which obviously is freezing.
Well, what's bizarre about that is that you also have some of the hottest summers, too. It's just brutal.
Yeah, we commonly, routinely here, JP, in the summertime, in mid-July to the end of August into the 1st of September, we have 100 days of over 100.
Over 100.
Yeah,
and now 120 days under 30. Wow. It's bizarre. I do not want to live in Dallas for many reasons.
No wonder I'm always sick.
But my boy Rick is on fire already this morning.
Of course he is.
He said Todd finally listened to the fans about getting a younger staff. He forced 85-year-old Tom Moore to retire. I think he's actually 87. And hired a 75-year-old special teams coach. Super Bowl, baby. We had to get younger and more energetic, so we hired Danny Smith, who is very energetic, by the way. At 73 years old, is extremely energetic and really good at his job.
Isn't he?
Really good at his job. We're making a coaching decision based on meritocracy. Somebody who's actually done something and has a product to show it, which I think is a new thing for the Buccaneers recently when we're hiring coaches. So that's good. I'm a little salty right now about the Buccaneers situation. I will get salty today about it.
All right.
Because I'm really tired of mediocrity. And yeah. All right, so let's get to the breaking news first, okay? According to a very trusted source who I spoke with last night, actually a couple of sources fueled this story. Yesterday, of course, there was the very formal or informal, I guess, formality, I guess is the right word. It was a formality to get this first hurdle crossed, which was the board of Hillsborough College agreeing to the Rays deal to lease back the 110 acres to basically, I'm simplifying a lot of this, folks, so we don't need to get into the minutia of all of it. So if I get a detail wrong, please don't tweet. No, it's actually a 99-year lease. We're keeping it simple here so everybody can understand it. So basically, the Rays will get control of this 110 acres. There will be a campus, a Hillsborough College campus, redefined, reimagined, as you will, that will serve a lot of different students, maybe not to the level. And there's 5 other campuses. There will be also some money going into other campuses. So it's going to be really good for Hillsborough College, the HCC collective. I think they have 5 campuses across Hillsborough County. So it's a really good deal for them. And they're going to get a bunch of new buildings, and it's great. And the Rays basically get a lot of this land at minimal cost, and they will not have to pay taxes on the part of the stadium sits on in terms of property taxes, but there will be property tax, obviously, for everything else they build. So this is a good first step. They have their site. They have 110 acres, prime real estate in the middle of the 11th largest television market, burgeoning economy, one of the hottest real estate markets anywhere. That's a big deal. That's a really, really big deal, and it's a great start. So we have the site now, as we reported a few weeks ago that it was finalized with HCC. Now, we got some renderings yesterday of what the college campus might look like, but the real juicy stuff, and this is our breaking news that you won't hear anywhere else, is going to come down the week of February 2nd. I believe it's going to be February 2nd or 3rd, right after the Stadium Series event at Raymond James Stadium. We are going to have a major press conference. Ron DeSantis is expected to be one of the keynote speakers at said reveal, and we are going to reveal the renderings of the stadium and what it's going to look like and what the entire village, I believe, is going to look like, whatever you want to call it, entertainment district, Raysville. We need to name it Raysville. Is it Raysville?
Raysville.
Okay, Raysville. So Raysville will be, and I don't know how much they're going to have of the ancillary buildings around it, what that's going to look like, but they're going to have renderings of the stadium. And obviously DeSantis being there signals that the state is all in. There was an article today, of course, in the Tampa Bay Times, totally negative of how all the hurdles that they have to cross. And there are significant hurdles, and I get that. And I'm not sitting here saying this is going to be easy, because now it's down to money. And this is where it all, where the rubber hits the road, where the things get ugly and the fight happens. And it's as we predicted, we told you it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly early is my prediction. By the way, I have to say all this. This I'm reporting as a trusted source has told me this is going to happen probably February 2nd, February 3rd. So this will be the reveal of the stadium, but not the financing plan. Not the financing plan. Obviously, there will be some questions about the cost. We'll probably know what the cost of the stadium is, or the approximate cost, since we have the renderings. But how to pay for it is still very much up in the air. Very much up in the air. So that is what we're reporting as fact. So that's everybody wants to see what a stadium going to look like and get excited. We all do. So that's coming in a couple of weeks. Now, the financing part of it, and this is starting to take shape. And it's going to be ugly early. There's going to be a large ask of up to $1 billion of public money, public cost, I should say. It's different than public money. And I'm told a lot of this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And there's going to have to be a negotiation on both sides, where I believe the Rays owners are probably going to have to come up with some more money. And I think the county and the state and the city are going to have to be very creative in the way they craft this funding proposal, because there's a lot of people, Charlie Miranda, and many other longtime city county officials, who are going to be very protective of the tax dollars, and that's okay. That's fine. But that doesn't mean they're not going to be for this opportunity as a whole. We just have to find ways to protect the taxpayer within it. And the way you do that is you amortize things over a 30-year period. And I think a lot of what the Rays want is probably up front. And that's going to be a sticking point. And the Hillsborough County there's lots of money to be made over a 30-year period. There's lots of money there, but they're not going to just spend it foolishly and throw tons of upfront money to the Rays. I just don't think that's going to happen, nor should it happen. This should be a pay as you go. Figure it out. There's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of people who have interest in this, and I'm here to tell you the city officials, and this is why you do a ballpark, why you do a Raysville, and you don't just build a stadium. You have to give value back to the city and the county and the state, the taxpayers, in return for subsidies to build the stadium. Now, in a very simplistic way, the way this is supposed to work is we give you, let's say, $1 billion over time to build the stadium. We put in $1 billion. So we split the cost 50-50, right? Now, how does that money get returned to the county and the city? Okay, first of all, a chunk of this will be paid for by tourist taxes, rental car taxes, bed taxes, etc. So that's mostly tourist money. A sits tax, the sales tax, the half-penny sales tax. That's another one that a lot of that comes from people who live here. Yes, absolutely. But also people that vacation here and come and stay here. So that's good. And then a majority of the money will come from 30 years of property taxes on these hotels, condos, retail places, restaurants, bars, all that. So there's property taxes on that, sales taxes on that. And then there'll be a CDD tax, a special taxing district tax on top of that, like they do in the Battery. 1% of every check goes to paying back the county and the city for their investment in the stadium. So in fact, it's not property taxes. It's not money like, hey, we got roads to fix. We got sewers to fix. That money cannot be touched. And that's property tax money that goes to those things. So these other things, these other taxes, what they're meant for is to bring tourists to town. And nothing will bring more tourists than a baseball a stadium and a sports complex like this that is going to host major concerts and events. Those are the big boys. Those are, the Taylor Swift concerts that come in, the big, that will go to Raymond James Stadium. And there's secondary, there's levels of stadiums, right? In terms of big events. So if you're not doing a stadium show and you want to do, 20, 30,000, then that would be the baseball stadium you would use for those concerts, what have you, and events. So there's going to be a lot of benefit cooked into this for the city and the county and the state, and make it a tourist destination, this sports complex. The national championship game here coming to 2029. The World Baseball Classic, I would think, would want to be in a brand new shiny stadium in 2029. Lots of different events that we can host that are going to pour money back into the stadium, to the city and county coffers. It's worked very well in Atlanta, and that's their template to work from. So this is, what we got to figure out. And it's going to be a political fight, and the devil is in the details. And if the government folks can see a real benefit to the city and the money can be returned, then I think it's a go. And if the Rays don't make a good case and don't work with the city and county, and again, it'll be ugly early. There'll be a big ask, there'll be a big pushback, and then it's time to get down to the negotiating table and figure it out. And that's where we got to be. And that's where you come in as a Rays fan and a Rays supporter and a Tampa Bay supporter. I'm of a belief that a Major League Baseball team brings great value to a place where we live. I don't want to see the Rays go to Orlando. Do you? No, I don't.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. And
MLB doesn't want that either.
MLB doesn't want it either. And because they know that is a transient. You think our economy is transient? Their entire economy is built on 70 million visitors who come in every year. And those visitors come for theme parks. They don't come for baseball. Most of them have no idea what baseball is. It's Europeans and Asians and people coming from other lands have no idea what Major League Baseball is. Yeah. South America visitors, okay, maybe. But still, it's not, they're not. And by the way, trust me, Universal and Disney are going to take every freaking penny out of their pocket. There ain't going to be nothing left to go to a baseball game. There's nothing in that model that screams success more than you have in Tampa Bay. You know, Tampa Bay, you have 25, 30 years built-in fandom, great TV ratings, a huge fan base here that's already here, that's dying for a new stadium that is conveniently located, state-of-the-art, run by a group that truly cares about Tampa Bay. And we have to show that. We have to partner now, and we have to step up and talk to our city leaders and county leaders. Listen, if this deal that the Rays put on the table is not good for the county taxpayers, I will sit here and say no. The Rays got to do better. This ownership group needs to do better. So we'll have to wait and see what the financial plan is. But I'm not going to sit here and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to have patience so we can get to where we need to go. So the number one thing is, as Rays fans, we have to support this. And when it gets ugly early, stay with it. Stay with it. It's going to be a negotiation. And with the governor squarely on board with his comments yesterday and the fact that he's going to be here leading this reveal, Ken Hagan, Mayor Castor, Mayor-elect Buckhorn, we haven't even had the election yet, but we feel like he's going to get rubber stamped in. He's been very positive about his comments. So I think everything is in line. And again, not going to be easy, not going to be a rubber stamp. Everybody's going to have to work at it. The Rays are probably going to have to dig in and put in a little bit more up front. The county and city are going to have to be a little bit more flexible with what they're doing. The state needs to throw in, and Major League Baseball needs to throw in as well. Major League Baseball should step up and throw in a couple $100 million to get this done. Because what do they have on the board for? About $5 billion in expansion fees. That once this stadium thing gets done, they can move forward with that. So, yeah, I would expect, and they've typically put in $150 million into the owners' pockets who build new stadiums. So there'll be more revenue sharing dollars for the Rays that they can put into their stadium. So, we're just starting. The first hurdle has been crossed, and it was the lowest one. And they're going to get increasingly higher as we go down the track. And that last hurdle is going to be, we may need a pole vault. We may need a pole vault by the time we get there, but that's okay. We can do it. We can get it done. We can do it. So settle in, stay optimistic. The good part's coming. The good part's coming. And in the meantime, we get to go to Tropicana Field, go to Rays Fest, have our 3-year goodbye to Tropicana Field, watch a lot of these young kids hopefully grow up into really good ball players. Be a little bit more competitive in 27 and 28, and then 29, we throw a party. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And if we do it and we execute it correctly, we are going to be in a really good spot. We're going to be in the middle of the 11th largest market with a incredible sports complex, with the Rays doing what they're going to do. The Bucs are planning something spectacular. And that's going to sit on that site as well. And we will have the crown jewel of sports complex in the best weather. Miami doesn't have this. New Orleans doesn't have it. LA doesn't have it. Vegas may have it. They may have something simpler, but not, the baseball stadium is not going to be right next to the other stadiums. But we will be sitting, and when we put bids in for Super Bowls, for World Baseball Classic, all these big events, World Cup's coming obviously here, but other big events. People are going to look at this market and go, wow, the weather, the complex, the beaches, the water, the river walk, everything. And what is that? That drives commerce. That drives jobs. I think of the jobs that are going to be created with this. It's something that we really need. Great construction jobs, high-paying construction jobs. And then once the construction is done, good-paying jobs. I believe there's going to be a health, maybe a Moffitt or a USF Health or some, a component to that is great tenants and bring in a lot of money, well-paying jobs. So there's a lot that's going to be on the table here, and it can benefit. And I believe sports brings people together like nothing else. It brings unity in the community. It may spur some light rail that we need so desperately here. So this is a time when it's a big step, and it's not just about baseball. In fact, that's more of a minority thing, to be quite honest. It's everything that's going to be around it and what it brings in totality to this sportsplex, Raysville, Bucksville, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. It's going to be spectacular, and it's going to keep moving us forward instead of leaving us behind. Because other places are doing big things, and we have to compete with them for these bigger events. Unless you just want to go back to being a little sleepy little Florida town, which I get you. A lot of you are like, yeah, that sounds good right about now. Get rid of this traffic. I get it. But we're on this path, and we have a spectacular opportunity because of where we live, in the state that we live, and this beautiful area of Tampa Bay, to do something really spectacular. And I'm going to be a cheerleader for it, and I'm going to move forward. I don't want to do anything that's irresponsible, but I think we could do this in a responsible way and get tremendous payoff. We've seen it happen in Atlanta, and that's on a small scale because they don't have the property to do what we're going to do here. And one of the things these owners learned from the folks in Atlanta is get more property. I wish we had more property to build on, because that brings you more money, more revenue. And if they can maximize these 110 acres from a real estate perspective, it's going to be wildly successful. And then we make sure, that's my job, they pour this money back into the team. And we can compete with other teams. There's going to be a labor issue, and it's going to have to produce some type of salary cap, salary floor, even the playing field. After this Kyle Tucker thing was probably the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of the haves and the have-nots. So that's going to change. And in 2029, post-labor issue, we should be in a great position to be able to be a player in these sweepstakes for the best players. Yeah, and Kyle Tucker may want to come home and play here in this new stadium. Pete Alonso may want to come home and play here in the new stadium, and we'll have the money to be able to pay them. That's the plan. Now, plans change, and if people don't support it, and none of that's going to happen. If you all sit there and bitch and moan about, it costs too much money, they're not spending money on payroll, and they're screw them, they're just like the other. I mean, if you want to be that guy, you're not part of the plan. You're not helping. You're not. If you want to see the Rays succeed, if you want to see Tampa Bay as a region succeed, this is something you should get behind. Again, I'm not saying we write a blank check to billionaires. That is not what I'm saying at all. But we do a responsible public-private partnership like they've done in Texas, like they've done in Atlanta, like they've done in a lot of different spaces where it has been very beneficial to the city, county, and the state and the people that live there, not just to the sports owners. I look at this as the sports owners are putting up their money to have an anchor for this development, which is the baseball stadium. And that's a significant investment. And they can take their investment to Orlando, and they can take their investment to wherever they want to take it if we don't step up. And again, I'm not saying blank check irresponsible spending. That's not what I'm saying. They need us, we need them. They want this market. It's important. There's 4 million people here. And in the general market, when you throw in Orlando, we're talking about 8, 9, 10, 11 million people. And it's a crucial market that Major League Baseball covets, as they should. And so we need them. They need us. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right, let's get to the super chat. People giving us money. I like that. Where is that thing? See, when I double click on the green thing, it doesn't come up. Anyway, rarely even says Bucs will interview Brian Callahan a second time tomorrow. Don't recall many second interviews that don't result in a hiring. All right, we're going to get to that here in just a second, but thank you for the super chat. So yeah, I'm gonna hit some of these baseball questions here, Timmy, as we go to the top.
Volume. Sorry, I couldn't hear you, and then I couldn't tell if it was just me or if the stream. So I had to listen to the stream on YouTube here. Apparently, it was just me. That happened the other day too. I don't know what's going on with the new StreamYard, but
yeah, they made a lot of weird changes, bro. I'm not happy.
No,
JSA13 says I'm so pumped for the new Rays Stadium renderings. 2029 can't come soon enough. Yep. So we should get those the week of February 2nd. February 2nd or February 3rd, I was told that's when that big press conference is coming. Petrie says, Grizz, all is forgiven. You're our only hope. Please come back. Yeah, I'm going to get to this. Yeah, there's some others out there. Tampa Bay 2020 says, did you have fun in 101 last night, JP, section 101? I nearly got hit by that puck in the third, and I'm blaming it on you. I've had my seats for 13 years. Never happened until you come by. So I went down third period. So with my good buddy Harold Asterkiza and his great friends there. They had some beautiful seats there, center ice, about 15 rows up. And I'm sitting there, I'm chatting away. We're chatting about, of course, Harold's favorite subject, USF. And all of a sudden, a puck comes flying by my head, lands right in the row behind me. And a guy with a broken wrist dives down and grabs it and comes up with it. So I guess this particular person, is this Blue? I'm not sure who this is, Tampa Bay 2020. Which one are you? So anyway, someone almost got killed.
So two questions. Number one, how close to your head do you think it was? Like, did you hear it?
No, wasn't that close.
Number two, was the guy's wrist broken before he dove for the puck, or did he break his wrist while diving for his puck?
It was broken before. Okay. He had a cast on or a brace on it of some type. Yeah, I don't know if it's broken, but yeah, he gave it up. This other guy sitting behind me, my boy Blue, was there with his looked like young teenage son. He went for it and didn't come up with it. And I was like, oh, dude, you could have been the hero. You could be giving that puck to your son right now. And he's like, dog, that's mean.
Where were you last night, honey?
I said, you gotta sell out, bro. You gotta sell out. What are you doing?
He wasn't trying very hard.
Great game last night, by the way. Another 4-1 win by the Lightning as they get the empty netter at the end. 3 assists for Kucherov. Hagel had 2 goals, right? So he had a goal, what we thought was his goal, and was announced as his goal. So everybody was hoping that Hagel would get a hat trick, right? They thought it was but the NHL had changed the goal to Cirelli, unbeknownst to the crowd.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
usually make an announcement about something like that.
We did. Well, let me explain. So last night I did not do my Lightning Vision live. Elise Wick from Fox 13 filled in for me last night, and I told I was helping her. And I said, let's make sure we tell people that Cirelli was given a goal, and she did say that. She said that in her things, but not everybody was listening because it's in the intermission.
Yeah, and
so she did say that. She did announce it. And we did announce that, and I'm not sure if Paul went back and announced it, but he usually does. Paul Porter, the PA.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the most part, people didn't know.
Here in Dallas, they'll steer it towards the PA just for official. If it's an official scoring change, they'll announce it in the arena.
It should. And Paul probably did, but again, people don't really pay attention. So at the end, Gensel and Hagel are going down the ice, like just across the red line, and it's an empty net. So they start passing it back and forth. There, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. And everybody wants Hagel to get it for the hat trick. So he gives it back to Hagel. Hagel puts it in. And here come the hats. And I'm like, no, don't throw your hat. It's not a hat trick.
No,
don't do it. And the hats are coming down. I'm like, it's a $50 hat. I just saw it. Oh, don't do it. I hope you don't throw your Stadium Series hat out there. And, it's which are beautiful hats, by the way.
Well, you're allegedly supposed to be able to go back and get it.
Yeah. So I was talking to some guys and they put them in a bag. And I don't know if they make them available like out front, but I guess you can go try and retrieve it. I'm not exactly sure the logistics of it, but you can.
Technically, you can retrieve anybody's hat, right? You see one you like?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. So, and there were a good bit of hats, and then Paul announces the goal. He's like, his second of the night. And everybody's like, what? What? I just wasted my hat for not a hat trick.
That sucks.
So anyway,
You ever thrown your hat on the ice, JP?
hell no, those things are too expensive.
I've never done that before.
Can't do it. No.
I even took a hat like that I didn't care about when I was going
just in case. Oh, there's a good idea.
in the 90s. Yeah, like back in the 90s when I had season tickets to the Stars at Reunion Arena, I was kind of felt like I was missing out, right? So a couple of games, I even wore just a crappy hat that I didn't give a crap about, right? And nobody got a hat trick every time I'd wear it. So then I thought that hat's bad luck. I'm not wearing it anymore. Very next game, I didn't wear it. Modano had a hat trick.
There you
I
go.
didn't get to freaking throw it. And I was like, crap, whatever.
There you go.
I get it. It's a fun, cool thing to do, but I spend too much money on hats. I'm not doing that.
I haven't bought a hat in a while. Like people give me hats, so I don't buy a lot of them.
It's been a while.
Like they give me these fan streams. A box shows up at my house and has a bunch of fan stream gear in it. It's like magic. I don't know how that
Christmas.
happens.
I know. It's Santa Claus sent this crap.
It's crazy. This shows up at my door.
By the way, JP, I was reading some NHL box scores and stuff as I often do throughout the morning, waiting for this show to start after my 7 a.m. Central Cowboys podcast I do every weekday. And as usual, box scores are taken over by the Russian names, right? And the European names that we see. So I was like, I wonder what me and JP would be if we were Russians. So I asked ChatGPT what our Russian equivalent names were. Do you know what JP Peterson is in Russia? It's very common.
Yet.
Dmitry Petrov. You are Dmitry Petrov in Russia.
Dmitry Petrov.
And I am Timofey
I come to kill your
Kamov.
family.
Timofey Kamov and Dmitry Petrov. So
Timofey Kamov?
Yeah, Khamov. I guess is Hamm.
Dmitry Petrov. Okay.
And it's Dmitry. Dmitry Petrov. It's the Dmitry Petrov show. I do the dumbest things when I'm bored, I tell you what.
You do. You and your chat GPT. All right. Bella says, good morning to you, Bella. I love the idea for the Rays. I hope they bring it into the light. I hope so, too. James says, sorry, JP, you can't talk public-private partnership, then ask for $1 billion. That math does not work. Well, actually, it does.
It's worked everywhere else.
Yeah. It depends on, and this is the thing. This is going to be, I'm going to be fighting the Tampa Bay Times again because they're going to do everything they can to get this to Orlando. They don't want it in Tampa. So I have to fight the misinformation, and we have to understand what the details are. Okay. If it's a $1 billion ask in terms of cost to the taxpayers, okay, what does that mean in terms of what the taxpayers are getting back? So you say $1 billion. So if the taxpayers are going to get back $2 billion, $1 billion is too much to ask for, James. Like if it's $1 billion, it can't be done. Even if you're getting $2 billion back,
seems
the
fair.
billion can't do it. So how can you say that? Let's wait to see what it is. Don't get freaked out by the number, because guess what? What they never told you about the St. Pete deal was that it was a $2.4 billion cost to the taxpayers. They never wrote that in the Times. It was always $600 million, and it was way more than that. They'll do just the opposite for this deal in Tampa. I guarantee you that. So we have to educate. We have to educate and say, what is the cost to taxpayers? We have to, and what are we getting back? That's the key. What's coming back? So if it's a public-private partnership, you can ask for $1 billion if you return $2 billion or $1.5 billion or $1.2 billion or even $1 billion. If we get our money back 50-50, if we get it, we get recouped, fine. And we get all this, we get a baseball stadium and an entertainment village and more housing and a new college, and we recoup all the money. That doesn't work for you? Works for me just fine. Works for me just fine. Michael McGinn says, watch out for Commissioner Wostall. He's going to be against anything to do with the stadium. Yeah, there are always guys like that. And I get it. Listen, he's trying to look out for the taxpayers, but in general, more than that, he's grandstanding to get, he will be the face of the resistance. And he will get a lot of political points for that, for those people of that ilk. Yeah. And he knows what he's doing. And it may or may not be genuine, but it is what it is. He will be.
He's got to be the bad guy in all of this, right?
He will, and that's fine. Doesn't make him a bad person. It just, maybe it does.
Democrat.
Yeah. Rick says Raysville with JP's pawn and rehab. Yep. No, I got a dispensary and a rehab next to each other.
Yeah.
No, a pawn. Well, a IPA stand, JP's IPA stand next to my pawn shop, next to my dispensary, next to my rehab. So I get you drunk and high, and then you pawn all your stuff to buy more, then you go into my rehab. I got the whole cycle figured out.
Do you also have a police station and a jail nearby so the cycle can be complete? Because you got to go to jail before you go to rehab.
Great business plan right there.
You got to go to jail before you go to rehab, JB, because you have to hit bottom, right? You got to have the wakening up. Oh crap! I got to go to rehab.
Slimy Saul, the attorney, somewhere in the middle there, and bail you out.
The bail bondsman, yeah, you got the whole.
Better call Saul.
You got the whole mini ball.
Damn, I'm gonna need a whole strip mall to serve everybody.
Dmitry Petrov bail bonds.
And listen, strip clubs down the road. Look for the spaceship.
I'll be there.
I need a piece of that too. Jeez, Pete. But nobody goes to strip clubs anymore, right? It's all OnlyFans these days. That's what I'm told. All right, we got to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk Bucs OC. All right, kids? All right? I'm salty. Yes, Bella, I am salty today about the Bucs, just the whole Bucs thing in general. I'm salty, very salty. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. You know what? They're always giving away something at the Genesis of Tampa. You notice that? December, we were giving away shopping sprees. Now we're giving away a gas card for a year. And all that because we just want you to come check out these gorgeous cars with great value. So you come on in, take a test drive, let us appraise your car. We 10x your entries into the gas card for a year, and boom, off you go. You have a nice day. We'll give you a nice cool drink. The people are fun over there. It's like going to do something. Hey, let's go take a ride in those Genesis cars and see what it's all about. You might just buy one. You might just buy one because you'll see, wow, these are like really nice, and they're a lot less expensive than those other luxury brands. That's why we love Genesis of Tampa. Great local benefactors as well. Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275 on Bears. Back in 3. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Timm Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. fanstreamsports.com.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour, as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Almaton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, your official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. It is the best place to watch sports, indoor, outdoor, great staff, great prices, fresh food, not one of these trendy, preppy sports bars that you got to wear a tie and a bow tie to go in. Nope. Real food. For real people, great chicken wings. I mean, it's the ultimate sports bar. What are we talking about? It's Riveters right there south of the stadium. And by the way, they have a sister restaurant right across the street called Boda. It is their fresh Mexican, and you can order online and drive through and pick it up. So you don't have to go in. They have a nice little area there if you want to go in inside and eat or just pick it up. Lunch specials. Got the 3 taco special the other day, and it is absolutely fantastic. It fills you up. If you're one of those guys like 3 little tacos, no, it's real big tacos, like big tacos. And it's absolutely fresh. Everything is made there fresh. So if you love that, they have the bowls there, they have the tacos, the burritos, all that stuff. The food is absolutely fantastic. So if you're in the mood for Mexican, Boda across the street. If you're looking for a sports bar, it's Riveters right there, just south of the stadium. 2 great places. Love them both. Love them both. I might have to go to Boda for lunch today. I got myself all worked up for some
Fresh Mexican, JP. Here in Dallas, we call that Frexican.
Frexican. I like that. Yeah.
Mexican.
Look at you. It's a different shot. I haven't seen that shot. Yeah.
Just made it this morning.
Got your WD-40 there you're huffing on this morning? Is that what is that?
It's my extra large Banaka Blast. In case a chick walks in here.
All right.
Have some
I got it.
fresh breath.
Okay, so let's move on to the Bucs. And Mike McDaniel is headed to L.A. to be the Chargers OC, working with Justin Herbert there under Jim Harbaugh. And it appears Todd Monken, if he does not get the Cleveland Browns head coaching job, will be off to work for the other Harbaugh with the Giants in New York, or New Jersey, as it were.
Okay, can I interject here real quick?
Yes.
Because what I'm hearing with Mike McDaniel is that he has been offered the Chargers OC job and has accepted the OC job with a contingency.
Ooh, do tell.
That he can still accept a head coaching job should it be made available to him, and that he turned down the Cleveland Browns head coaching job to be the OC in Los Angeles.
Boy, if you're a Browns fan, that's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, do you blame him?
No, I don't. What I'm afraid of, us becoming the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
It is. Because when you accept mediocrity, that's what you get. When you start chasing it, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And the fact that Todd Monken likely is not coming here, and Mike McDaniel, the guys that came here, visited, said no. I see better places.
Yeah.
That's a big freaking red flag. Like the one that's right out there in the parking lot at $1 Place. Big effing red flag. What do they see? They see the same things we see. Dysfunction within the organization. It's not debatable anymore. Players are talking about it. Coaches are talking about it. Players that are leaving are talking about it. Players that are staying are talking about it. Former Hall of Famers are talking about it. It's a problem. And it all stems from keeping a coach that has proven to be mid. And if that's what you're okay with, I don't know any fans that are willing to spend thousands of dollars on tickets for that. And that's why this Buccaneers fan base is so in such an uproar. And there ain't no OC tonic that's going to fix it. Even if we get, who's left? Brian Callahan, failed coach at the Titans, was the OC with the Bengals when they went to the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow. He's coming in evidently, reportedly, for a second interview. Zach Robinson from the Falcons, called play for the last 2 years, hasn't done a horrible job, but he's certainly not at the top of the list. All of this is just accepting mid. You're not getting the best OC. You don't have the best head coach. You might be able to get one still if you had the balls to do it. There's still some good ones on the market. I know of one in particular that just got let go from Buffalo. And he ain't perfect, but his resume is a hell of a lot better than Todd Bowles. A hell of a lot better. But no, we're good. We're good. Hell, we were 8-9 last year. Started 6-2. Yeah, but hey, we won 8. Normally that wins the division. I just got edged out. Oh, well. Try harder next year. Make sure we fire some coaches and make it look like we're changing when we're really not. You held on to the core of your defensive staff that was so terrible? Yeah. Okay. Held on to the head coach that mismanages all the games? Yep. Plenty of great candidates out there. Nope, we're not making a change.
Surely that's not where we're headed here, right?
It's where we're headed, yeah. This is what you got. And, we're going to hire our fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth choice of OC. New guy comes in, 9th one for Baker, 10th one, 8th, 9th, and then I've lost track. I said it the other day. If this is where we're at, maybe we should just bring Josh Grizzard back. At least we don't change the system. And it worked for a little while until the entire offensive line got decimated. Bringing in Zach Robinson, is that going to learn a whole new group? And, the OC has to learn them, all that. Is that going to materially change how you manage games and how your defense plays and your defensive scheme, which is obviously the problem? No. Now, the only thing that we have really left to grip to, Timmy, is, how do I paint this picture? Bring in Brian Callahan. We, go out and get an edge rusher, a bona fide edge rusher, a trade for a Max Crosby or someone of that ilk. Maybe it's Trey Hendrickson. Maybe you have a great draft, you move up in a draft, or you stick in a great edge rusher falls to you. You pick up a linebacker in free agency. There's some good ones out there. Yeah, you can make some moves. You can make some things. But in the end, we're going to be, 2 scores up, and the head coach is going to go into turtle mode again. And, we've seen, go look at the national championship game. It doesn't work. Fortune favors the bold, not the old. Oh, I just made that up. Sounds good. It's just I'm just really depressed. And when, and to my point, when these guys come in who have been around the league, the Mike McDaniels and the Todd Monken, they come in here and they talk to people and they leave and they don't want to be part of it. That is a horrible sign. That is a sign of dysfunction. And there's how many more signs do we need to see? You got to make change. Everybody else in this league is making changes with great coaches. Things get stale. Like they make changes because things got stale, not because they weren't winning. They were winning. The Bills are winning. Ravens are winning. These coaches have great resumes, way better than your head coach. And it's so dysfunctional, people don't want to be here. And what are you doing? You're just waiting another year to fire Todd Bowles? You really, really think Todd Bowles is going to get you over the top to a Super Bowl? When everybody else is making moves and going for it, we're going to go 8-9. That's good. We'll get better. We know what the ceiling is here, and
so
it's low.
So let's talk about the OCs that they've interviewed so far, because there's a couple of names on here that I don't get. And look, I'm not the most connected person in the NFL coaching ranks, obviously, right? There's a couple of these guys I've never heard of that I don't know any other teams have interviewed. But let's start with Brian Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
He was interviewed on the 9th.
Right.
I am out. I am not interested whatsoever in Brian Callahan as my offensive coordinator. I don't think he was great in Cincinnati.
Me neither.
I feel like he benefited from just an insane amount of offensive talent on that team.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't replicate it.
No. I can coach Joe Burrow.
Right. Mike Kafka.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's a body. He's a body.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel might be in on him. If that was what presented itself. Todd Monken. I'm in.
Ding, ding. Yeah. He came. He loves Tampa. Loves Tampa. Wants to be here. Twice he's interviewed for the job and just went, just not there, man.
Yeah.
It took better job. And that's what's scary. That's what's scary. When people like that come in who are highly regarded in this league, excuse me, and have worked in great organizations, and they come here and they go, no, thank you. That's a big red flag.
Interviewed today, or will be interviewed today. I don't know if he's been in the building yet, but he's scheduled for today. Dan Pitcher.
Ooh. Woo. Woo.
I'm out.
Dan Pitcher, who doesn't call plays.
Has never called plays.
Never called plays. has been hanging around Cincinnati, came up through the ranks. He just, I don't know the guy from Adam, but his resume just reeks of butt kisser. Yeah. It's just like, I don't do anything to get fired. I just hang around, and everybody loves me. You know those guys. Yep. It's like, and if everybody loves him, and they're always there, but, oh, hey, Joey, good to see you. Hey, what's up, buddy? They bring in, like, candy for the team. They brought, hey, I got coffees for you guys today. Always the guy, that guy. And then it's like, you're such a nice guy. What is it you do around here?
F you.
What?
F you.
I'm sorry, Dan. I don't know you from Adam, but I'm just like, what? Like, give me some meat on the bone, bro. Call some plays. Show me something that you've done in this league that I can quantify and look at it on tape and go, wow, look at that scheme. That guy's scheming people open. He's calling the plays. That gets me excited.
I mean, at some point, these guys might be good.
They might be, yeah.
But I don't. If I'm the look, wait. Let's continue here. Zach Robinson interviewed on the 10th.
He's okay. Listen, he's a McVay pedigree. Again, is it my first choice? No,
right.
But at this point, he might be the best choice.
JP also look. Apparently, they went in balls deep early on in this process because Brian Callahan was interviewed on the 9th.
Right.
And then you had 3 interviews on the 10th with Zach Robinson. On the 10th, they also interviewed Lions pass game coordinator David Shaw. Never heard of him.
He was the Stanford head coach.
He was.
Yeah.
Go back to Stanford. I'm out. Cardinals quarterback coach also interviewed on the 10th.
Woo!
Israel Wilfork.
Yeah.
Now, you want to bring in Vince Wilfork as a defensive coach? I'd probably be on board with that.
Or defensive lineman at this point. He'd probably be better than Greg Gaines.
Israel Wilfork. Sorry, buddy.
No fork.
I'm out.
Yeah,
this is your candidates.
That's a Hall of Fame right there. Woo! I'm so excited about this Buccaneers team and organization. And just think about what could have been. What could have been. If you fired Todd Bowles, hell, you could have had John Harbaugh and Todd Monken. You could have. You could still have Sean McDermott if you want. Oh, you can't get to the championship game. Yeah, neither can Todd Bowles.
It's a funny comment from Bell.
98-50.
It's a funny comment from Bell, JP. It's like they're just making up names because they don't know what they're doing.
How's this one sound? Israel Wilfork. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's
a real name.
That's a good one, yeah. How about Zach Robinson? Yeah, that's a good one.
His name good. Funny, so it sounds legit. Just one C and no K or H.
Oh, yeah. Bill Callahan. There's lots of Callahans running around. Nobody will know who it is. I'll just think he's good.
I don't think the Callahans
is it the
have
dad?
the
Is
same
it
name
the
as
son?
Steelers.
Is it? I don't know. It's a Callahan. Yeah, wasn't there?
By the way, JP,
Callahan?
here's another interesting aspect, not necessarily Bucs related, but it could be soon when Bowles gets fired. There have been 10 head coaching opportunities in the league so far this offseason.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick's name has not come up one time with any of those.
Yeah, I mean
he's done, right?
Why would it? Yeah. Who's going to hire him?
I thought there would be some weird owner somewhere.
If he didn't get hired in last cycle before all the Jordan shenanigans,
like I thought, like the
what
Titans.
makes you think? Has he done something in the last year that really makes you go, "Oh yeah, we got to go get Bill"?
Like I thought,
North
maybe
Carolina thing was working out great.
Like the Titans or the Cardinals, I thought, or organizations like that would do something brainless like that.
Yeah, yeah. And if they're not even doing it, then geez, Pete. Yeah, there's a lot out there. Can you imagine him coming in right now and he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta have full control. Yeah, no, I don't need a general manager. I don't even need an OC. So, yeah, just you want me or not."
Now, look, if you hire me, Jordan's coming to lead your cheerleading squad too.
Yeah.
So we're back in the
You get two for one. Save on the cheerleader coach. You have to pay her.
but she's going to make $4 million a year in that position. Just so y'all know.
Wow. Just let her handle the real estate.
Better handle buying the balloons.
Yep. That's sexist.
Well, that's
How do
what
you
she
know?
does in North Carolina. She buys the balloons for the press conferences. That was part of it.
Oh, okay. And by the way, she did a hell of a job. That balloon arch, did you see that thing?
Yeah, it was impressive.
That was impressive. I mean,
I'm not saying she's not good at what she does. We just
you have the
don't know what she
Taj
does.
Mahal, Hoover Dam, and then you have that balloon arch. It's one of the great wonders of the world.
Do we know for a fact she wasn't involved in designing and building the pyramids?
Oh, we don't know that. We don't know that. She looks like a time traveler to me.
Yeah.
If I was a time traveler, I'd come back in boobs and boots, just like that. Boobs and boots. It's a good thing. You don't know that. Yeah. Who knows? And maybe that's where he got all his answers to the test.
Yeah.
That's why he's such a great coach.
That works.
That's my time traveler friend. Yeah.
That's why she's here. Well, apparently she can't give him any insight into the future of North Carolina football. So what's she doing then? She's looking pretty.
Bucs Basement says, safe to say the league views bowls as a lame duck. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat, Bucs Basement. Love you. Sometimes. So yeah, there you go. Oh, and before we leave the Bucs here, Baker Mayfield. Leave it to Baker to do something to at least make us happy, right?
Stir stuff up.
So Baker Mayfield tweeted out last night after my good friend D. Orlando Ledbetter, who I used to work with in Atlanta. D. Orlando Ledbetter, he's the guy that talks like this. Have you seen him on the NFL Network? He come on our show and he said the Falcons are just awful. They just all. He's a higher pitched Charles Barkley.
Oh God!
And he wears a bow tie, and he's just the most joyous human being. Love D. Orlando, just the best. He's been beat writer for the Falcons for the AJC forever, and he's great. Love him. So he tweets out, Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. So basically he's, defending Stefanski, the new coach in Atlanta, blah, 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 blah. So Baker says, failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. Woo!
Huh.
Baker Mayfield bringing the boys into the fight.
A little bit of animosity there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were kind of questioning that pre-show, and I'm like, nah,
I don't get it.
Well, first of all, I guess he's going, failed is quite the reach, pal. That's directed at D. Orlando.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
not Stefanski that said it, but
correct.
But then he reveals that Stefanski never texted or called him after he got shipped off like a piece of garbage. So clearly, Baker is keeping receipts on that deal.
And that's what I don't get.
Right.
Stefanski, I wasn't in the room when they were making this decision, but I would bet the life of my beloved dog Tolo that Stefanski had nothing to do with basically trading Baker for Watson.
No, I don't think that's what Baker's saying. What he's saying is he didn't have the respect,
right?
Or what's the word I'm looking for here? Just the respect to, hey, call him or text him and say, hey, man, thanks for your service. I really enjoyed working with you. Thanks. You went the extra mile. You played with a separated shoulder, all that shit you did, man. I just want you to know I saw it and I appreciate you. Think how closely they had to work together. As an OC, calling plays and Baker, going through it, all that, going 11-5 in in Cleveland, going 11-5 in Cleveland,
making the playoffs,
winning a playoff game.
For the first time this century.
Winning a playoff game.
Playoff?
And Stefanski gets a coach of the year out of it.
Yeah.
And you ship your boy off, and you don't even, it's not for a text. I mean, listen, I'm not a feelings guy, but I am a respect guy. And I think if I work that closely with someone, and it was that type of relationship, then yeah, I think it would be only decent. I think a decent human being would reach out and say, hey man, look, this wasn't all your fault, obviously, blah, blah. You know the deal.
Right. So, and that's where I'm confused here.
So he's shipped about it. I'm okay with that. I like it actually.
Right. So look, and I don't ever doubt Baker Mayfield. Okay. He's a freaking beast in my mind, right?
Baller.
He's a baller. But they must have been a lot closer than, at least Baker thought they were a lot closer than just the normal coach quarterback relationship, because did Sean McVay text him when he left LA? Did whoever
I bet he did.
was the dumpster fire coach in Carolina? Did he text him?
Matt Rule? Kidding me?
Was that Matt Rule? I don't even remember who was there.
It was Matt Rule when he was there.
Did he text him when he left Carolina?
He was there for 6 games and he traded him. I mean, Stefanski and Rules were Stefanski's relationship with Baker was
much longer.
Yeah, much longer and much more intimate, I would imagine.
I just don't know how often this happens in the coaching quarterback relationship realm in the NFL. Hey, man, I mean, I get it if it does, but I can't imagine getting butthurt if it doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Baker must have thought they were a lot closer than they were, or Stefanski is just not a feelings guy and doesn't do that. It probably didn't mean any disrespect. He's probably just not that guy.
You know what? And I don't know the answer of those questions. You know what I know? Baker's pissed, and he's going to take it out on the Falcons, and he's going to bring his squad with him. So, and I'm here for that. That's all that really matters to me. Whatever it is, Tom Brady had to gin up to get so pissed off that he conquered the world. I'm fine. And that's my quarterback, and Baker's pissed because of this. Well, then fine. And he's so pissed that he wants to put it out there. And, here's another thing. And Baker's really, really good at this, like he did for the last game against Carolina, where he called them out and got all the boys riled up, right? And brought them into the fight when they were so down. That was a great piece of motivation by Baker. Here's another piece why everybody's shit talking the Buccaneers, as well we should, and everybody's focused on the disaster that is this OC search and keeping a completely mid coach who's shown you that. And all that we're talking about, Baker pulls you out of that and goes, hey, we're going after you, Atlanta. We're going after you. At least for a moment, we can all rally around our quarterback and go, yeah, and try to forget all this other shit that's going on. So thank you for that, Baker. Thank you for giving us a little bit of something to feel.
All right, James.
To get up.
James says, what are you talking about, Tim? Stefanski was the OC and HC. I understand that, and he and Baker had to communicate by the minute on game. I get all of that. I'm not trashing Baker at all. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just saying it's a weird response to not getting a text message. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you're going to hold a grudge over it, great. Let it be a football grudge. It's not like Baker's come out and started bashing Stefanski. He's not doing that. I'm just saying.
I think also he got a little miffed that D. Orlando saying failed is quite a reach, pal.
I think that's the bigger part of the text message here of what Baker's saying.
I think he can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. Yeah, that's not like I can't wait to see you. I'm bringing you a present.
I mean, we know
the present he's bringing.
We all know that they're not going to beat Atlanta next year. They're going to get swept. I don't care who the quarterback is.
Ooh,
it's happening.
Look at you stirring it up. I love it.
But look, here's what's going to happen in Atlanta. I'll tell you right now.
Shut your filthy mouth, Tim.
Belichick's girlfriend has been there, and she has told me she has seen the future as she has time traveled. Michael Penix will be the quarterback in Atlanta next year, as will Kirk Cousins. All right. You know what's going to happen? Michael Penix is going down in week 1 with another knee injury. Cousins is taking over, and they're winning the division next year, and they're going to sweep the Bucs. I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
I think they're getting rid of Cousins, but yeah. All right.
I think they are too. That was shock value.
I know. I like what you're doing there. $5 super chat. Thank you. Rarely even. Says the Glazer family and Jason Light are okay with the Bucs being mid-tier. It's just that simple. If they weren't, they wouldn't be keeping an albatross. Well said. You're either coaching it or you're allowing it. And you're allowing this mid stuff to go on. Yeah. When you have ample options that are clearly better.
I wonder how Baker feels about this. About the coaching situation.
Well, I can't speak for him, obviously, but if I were Baker, I would be like, okay, now we're getting another OC. Like,
He's dealt with that his whole career.
Yeah. And it's like, we were injured. We had I was injured. I mean, we all know what happened. We all know what happened. The defense sucked. The coach doesn't know how to manage games. Your quarterback was injured really bad and shouldn't have played a couple games. And, as the more people I run into that are in the know, and, when I'm at Lightning games, we run into this person, run into that person, people that are really good sources that I'm not going to give their names. And it's like, yeah, Baker was really hurt. There were days where he couldn't even walk on the practice field. And I'm like, yeah. And he's out there on Sunday. And you can see he's hurt. You can see it. Miss guys by 15 yards, when 2 weeks earlier you're throwing it through the eye of a freaking thimble. I'm a needle, not a thimble. Needles have eyes.
Thimbles have eyes?
Yeah. It's different. You see it. And, yeah, I mean, the offense wasn't really the issue. But if I were him, I'd be like, oh, man, we could have had Mike McDaniels here as the head coach or the OC. And we're sticking with this. Okay.
I'll very make it curious, work. Man. It is very
I'll make it
curious.
Work. I don't think, listen, if players are speaking out, what does it tell you? Well, there's another rarely even $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Callahan didn't call plays in Cincy. He called plays as the Titans HC, and we see what happened there. If we hire him, we're in the exact same place. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, 100%.
You got all these guys out here with great resumes, and we're just taking the shit resumes. Let's go find somebody who's like under 500 or mid.
When your players are speaking out on the internal situation with their coaching.
Yeah.
But the GM and the ownership is not speaking out on this. What does that tell you?
It tells me there's dysfunction.
And
we've been talking about it for weeks, and it's confirmed when these other guys who are good coaches come in here, interview, and leave.
Yeah.
If it was such a great situation, they wouldn't have left, and they would have signed and said, I'm ready to go. No, they're like, oh, let's go see what's going on in San Diego. Let's go. I
don't think San Diego has a team.
Let's get back and see if I can get the head coaching job in Cleveland. And if not, I'm going to New York. The coach Jackson Dart. Nobody wants to be part of this unless you're a 73-year-old special teams coach who just got fired in Pittsburgh.
Nobody else wants, by the way.
I mean, they might. He's not. At least this dude has a good resume. At least he's got a decent resume. The guy's really good at his job. I don't care how old he is.
So your
as
head
long as
coach
he has energy and can bring it better than this jamoke that we had this year, who we could refuse to fire midseason when it was clear we couldn't do shit. Man, I mean, it's just we've gone from it, feeling like we can win a Super Bowl to just like we can't even get a decent OC. Man, how fast it changes. And that's what happens when you accept mediocrity. Let's take a break. I need to go cool off.
I was waiting on that.
I need a cold plunge. We are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Did you know that 40% of you guys don't have enough insurance on your home? That's right. Because you just keep renew it. It goes up 2% every year. You just pay the bill. You don't call Italiano Insurance. They're going to find probably another company that will charge you less. They will find you the discounts that you didn't think you knew and had, and they'll just save you money. And if you don't have business insurance, you need it, because if you get sued, they can take your personal wealth. Get your business insurance at ItalianoInsurance.com. Flood insurance as well. And even though hurricane season, we dodged another bullet, we have these torrential downpours that also can flood. So make sure that you get yourself properly insured and save money. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Back with your comments next. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, But it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Perusing Twitter in the break. What a world we live in. That's all I can say. Hey, thank you to the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source, first of all, for supporting this show for over a decade. We really appreciate Julie and Steve Weintraub over there. And we always ask you to go over there and shop at the Gold and Diamond Source if you're looking for a ring in this new year. Obviously, the place to go. They have the best selection. They have the best prices. They have the best staff. And again, they support so many charities in your community, so why not keep it local and go shop over there? Again, great place to visit just for fun. Even if you don't want to buy anything, you go in there and there's bling everywhere, and they'll show you this, show you that. You can try on a watch and look, have fun with, do some Instagram photos, and maybe you'll buy something. Just go over there, tell them JP sent you. 3800 Alberton Road. They're so friendly. Don't be intimidated. Park right there in their beautiful parking lot. They got a great sculpture out front, which I love. It's like going to a jewelry theme park. It really is. And it's free. It's free to go in. Like free things you can do. Go test drive a Genesis. Do that for free. and they'll probably give you a snack and a drink, and no high pressure. They're not going to throw you down in a chair and strap you down and say, or you're not leaving until you buy a car. They don't do things that way. Same thing at the Golden Diamond Source. They're not going to pressure you into something or something that you can't afford. It's just come on in, look around, meet the folks, be part of the family, and then someday maybe you come back and buy something. Bet you will. That's why I love companies like that. We represent so many of them, and they have been with us for a long time. So we love you, the Golden Diamond Source. Thank you guys for what you do, and we implore all of our listeners, the millions that watch and listen to the show each and every day, to go over there and buy something, the Golden Diamond Source. All right, partner, where do you want to go now?
I want to go to a jewelry store theme park, kind of is where I want to go now.
Right? If I missed a super chat, by the way, we're getting a lot of them today. So, so let me know. All right, I'm going to go. Yesterday, we went from the bottom. Now we went from the bottom to the top.
Here, can we go ahead and address the super chats? I don't want them to get too old because
yes,
good
please.
Yes, I believe you did the one where Callahan didn't call plays in Cincy, yes, from rare leave, and then talked about Dan Pitcher. He never called plays outside of preseason games. Again, I think we gave everybody what we think on Dan Pitcher.
So real quick on calling plays. Just a little history lesson. Dave Canales came here, had never called plays. We scored 20.1 points per game, I think it was, about 20th in the league, 20.1. Liam Cohen came here, had called plays in the NFL and in college, 30 points a game. Back to a no experience play caller, Josh Grizzard, 20 points a game. So what's it worth?
10 points a game.
It matters. Listen, that's very simplistic. There's a lot of things to go into. I get it, but it matters. It matters greatly that you have done it before. And I'm tired of on the job training here. Guys want to come here. Hey, I'll go work with Baker, and I don't have to call plays because he's going to improvise anyway with his great ability just to get out of the park. And then I get a head coaching job. Of course, they want to come here because they don't have to do anything, and they can get a promotion. I don't want that. I want somebody who's freaking, even if they've been, maybe not the greatest play caller in the world, if they've had like above average success, which I would put Zach Robinson in that category.
Yeah.
And they're young and they're growing, but they've done it. They've 2 years he's been calling plays in this division. So he's got some knowledge of the teams in the division. I'm not stumping for Zach, but I'm like, I want somebody who's done it. I don't want somebody who hasn't or has done it like Callahan and failed miserably. When your quarterback comes out and just goes to a microphone and says, "We ass," I don't want that guy that's calling the plays. We ass. Like Cam Moore.
Yeah. And
it was fantastic.
Rarely even also $5 super chat. I didn't think Jason Light could ever be this gutless. It makes me sad. I'm not going to start throwing Jason Light under the bus quite yet and calling names because we don't know what's going on internally. He might be under a gag order from ownership, and that's not his fault.
Thank you. He ain't the boss. He ain't the boss.
No, he is not the boss.
He has bosses, and they're called the Glazers. If you're calling him gutless because he won't fire Todd Bowles, that ain't on him.
Right.
That's not on him. That's
he may have
wanted
wanted
to call
to
them gutless. That's not, we don't need that. But
no,
I think I disagree with their decision vehemently.
I think the fact that Jason Light's been silent and Todd Bowles is still here.
Thank you.
That's partially maybe an indication that Todd Bowles does not agree, or Jason Light does not agree with Todd Bowles still being here.
I think it's a very good indication.
Yeah. He also says for $5 super chat, the only people who want to be on the Bucs coaching staff are old geezers who want to migrate to Florida for their golden years.
It's kind of what it looks like, doesn't it?
Some truth to that, I believe.
Yeah. A lot of assistant coaches, older guys making lots of money here. Lots of money. And is the production matching the money that they're making? That's a big effing no. So why are they still here? All right. Josh F., welcome in. Says, so the Rays owners have 180 days to come up with the funding plans. Is that correct? Yeah. But they want to do it in a lot less time than that. They want it done in 90 days. And I don't think that's realistic. But because I think it's going to be a much tougher process, to be quite honest. So stay tuned. But they're on the fast track. Bell says, it is still a polar vortex. If it's taken over the whole United States, it's a polar takeover. It is indeed. How cold is it going to get here? And I hope it sticks around for the outdoor game.
Yeah, they're not going to need that tent.
Yeah. Yee says, give me Zach. Glazers should pull a Liam and fire Todd for McDaniels to come. Yeah. I'm not a huge Mike McDaniels fan, but I think he would be better than Todd Bowles.
I was going to say, will you take him over Bowles
Yes.
right now today?
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, how's that Jim Harbaugh, Mike McDaniels thing going to go? Like, what kind of pants are those? Oh, these are Dickies. I get them for $10 a pop. Oh, yeah. And they have a full leg to them. Your pants aren't even a full leg, and you're probably paying $250 a piece for those. If they're Gucci, it's $1,000.
The only
Why are you
difference
paying
between
$1,000 for your pants and you don't even have full pants? Is that how that's going to go?
they're jorts.
What kind of pants are those?
Like
These are Dickies.
They both wear the same pants. Just one of them doesn't go all the way to the shoes.
Harbaugh's like, so if I cut mine off, if I could buy them for $10 and I cut them off, aren't I getting the same thing for a lot less than you're buying yours for? They're Gucci pants.
I can see McDaniel walking in the office on day one and Harbaugh sitting at his desk. He's like, oh, man, did they lose your luggage? Why are you wearing your kids' pants? As he looks through those Coke
Jim,
bottom glasses.
you see, Jim, hey, let me take you shopping, Jim. We're going to go down to Rodeo Drive. What? What? Where? What is this?
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine? You'd be like, you see a dog that doesn't want to go somewhere and you're like, the dog's like pushing back and you're trying to drag him on a leash. That would be like,
Yeah.
McDaniel's trying to take a Harbaugh to Rodeo Drive. No, come on. No. No.
Something tells me
Can't do
Harbaugh
it.
would win that argument
I think you would.
and that physical struggle.
Bella says, excuse my French friend. Excuse my French. It's from the south of France. We can laugh. Right? I missed that whole thing. What else we got? Mark Davis.
We put JP in charge of comments.
Fire bowls. All right, you can do it. That's fine.
That's all right. You're already doing it.
Yeah, I can't put up your comments when you're talking to each other, folks. Sorry about that. Steven Soper says Bucs blew the chance with Mike McDaniels. Chargers would not let him leave the building without a contract. Why didn't the Bucs do the same old Bucs? Because, unfortunately, that whole phrase, we're not letting them leave the building, it actually doesn't work that way. You can't enslave somebody. You can't. That's against the law.
Wait, what?
So if
What
they
about
don't,
Texas?
if they come in here and they see the dysfunction, they're allowed to leave. That's the point. They don't want to be here because they see the dysfunction. That's the red flag I'm talking about. And that's not good. It's not good. Because one of the things that, this is entertainment, by the way. Sports is entertainment. And if you're not winning, you better be selling hope. Because you got to have one or the other. And we're right now, for Buccaneers fans, we're in that horrible mid area where you're not winning and you don't have a whole lot of hope because you're not changing anything. I don't care what you say. The firings that happened here did nothing. With all due respect to our good friend, Charlie Strong, who will be here tomorrow to talk some ball. These are all scapegoat firings. I mean, Josh Grizzard, was it great? No. At the end, it wasn't. But there were some good parts to it, and he was really challenged. And by the way, you fire him, who are you replacing him with? So far, nobody that stands out. Is it really, whoever this hire is going to be, is it going to make a difference going into next year? Defensively, you still have the same scheme, the same stubborn coach, the same bad game manager. What's going to change?
Rarely even has an idea for a $5 super chat. He wants to take Lovie Smith over Todd Bowles at this point.
Wow. Holy crap. Wow.
This is how far we've fallen.
I wouldn't even go that far. William Madden says, who would get naming rights for the stadium? Well, we got a long way to go there.
Maybe FanStream Sports.
Well, we can definitely X them off. Publix?
You can't have Publix Stadium. That sounds stupid.
Why not?
Why would Tropicana Field not continue their naming sponsorship? Why would Tropicana not want a piece of that?
I would think they would. But yeah, Publix is one of the biggest companies in the area. Raymond James has already taken J-Bill.
Tampa Bay Times Stadium.
Definitely not them. They can't afford their own building. Mike H says, just so they install a new spaceship high above the stadium.
So we can all see it.
We did. We had that designed in the new stadium with strip clubs in the corner. Yeah. It's on Dale. Hey, listen, if it's on Dale Mabry right there, it's zoned for strip clubs. So, and listen, if we're revenue short, that's a good cash business, I'm told. You have the one-way glass or the two-way glass or whatever the hell you call it, where you can look out, but you can't look in.
Come on Saturday night, dance with the cheerleaders on the pole, and then see them at the game Sunday morning.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah, that's a draw. That's a draw. Yeah. It's zoned for it, so sure. I think you got something there, Mike.
And then you can punish the coaches when they don't win or with questionable calls by making them take a poll on Monday.
Is that a punishment?
Yeah. For everybody else.
Yeah. Speaking of strippers, you watch Landman?
Yeah.
As I told Ashley, I said, hun, when I get to be 80 some years old, like Sam Elliott and this, please get me a stripper physical therapist. And we do aqua.
You mean you don't have one already?
We do aqua physical therapy. Or just you do it, honey. That'd be fine. But
wow.
If you're not so inclined, yeah.
Waiting for Ashley's comment right now.
I know, right? No, you're not getting a stripper. I'll do it. I'd rather you do it, but I don't think you'll be up for it when I'm 82, to be quite honest.
Plus, when you're 82,
I think she'll want to farm that out.
When you're 82, she's going to be like 40. Right. So she's not going to want to be on a pole.
No, she'd be like, yeah, honey, go ahead. That's the greatest plot twist in that show. I got to tell you.
So great.
Although the roommate thing at TCU was kind of cool. It's good. Yeah. That was cool. And they became friends. Yep. How about that? They came together as one, supporting each other. What a great thing we learned there. That liberals and conservatives can get along and be friends.
Only in Texas.
Yeah. Isn't that great? We should try that. We should try that instead of attacking. James says, sorry. Oh, no, we already did that one. Bell says, Florida, the wonderful world of DeSantis. Maybe call it Raytown or Ray's house. Sorry, guys. I'm running on a lot of espresso right now.
Espresso Bell.
Ray's house, Raytown, Raysville.
By the way, Bell, thank you for not calling it espresso.
Do we like Raysville?
Meh.
It's meh. All right. Well, because it's also going to be, it's a sports complex. It's Bucs and Rays.
Yeah.
So as a sports complex.
Let's call it Sportsville.
Wow. That's iconically not.
It's a give up, but it fits.
No, it would have to be some type of Tampa Bay moniker. Yeah. What else we got here, partner?
Call it the Sombrero. Let's just go back to Sombreroville.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Don't think so. Mike H says it will be a mecca of sports. You'll call it the mecca. Ray J, Trop 2.0, Steinbrenner, and all the new entertainment center, new college, new housing. Woo! There we go. Let's get on board. We'll put it like what we need? We need a Ferris wheel. Ferris wheels symbolize like great iconic
Entertainment.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look, there's the Ferris wheel. Let's go over there. Yeah, that'd be cool. So when you're flying in, you see two stadiums and a big, like, giant, like the Eye in London. That'd be cool.
JP, did you know there's a giant Ferris wheel that's about 10 minutes from my house?
Really? Have you ever gone on said Ferris wheel?
I have. I may have done some dirty stuff on that Ferris wheel because they're full-blown canopies that are closed. They're air conditioned. They're heated because it's such a long ride to go around, you know. It's also $22 per person to take a ride on this Ferris wheel.
How much did the entertainment cost you?
Way more than $22. Good Lord. And it wasn't worth it either.
Once again, another brilliant idea. We have the Ferris wheel right next to the strip club. So you can get a 2-for-1.
And then you put the pole inside the car that you're riding.
Right.
And that's where you get your lap dance at. It's private and it's up in the sky. Man, we're geniuses.
God, I come up with so many great ideas and everybody takes it from me. James says, when you have owners that aren't mega rich or a group that doesn't want to buy any risks, to take any risks, you end up with an ownership group asking for $1 billion from the taxpayer. Okay, James, two things here. How do you know they're not mega rich? Look, Zalupski is not, I know a lot of his money's tied up in stock. But there are a lot of partners within this organization that if there are more investors needed to get this deal done, they can find them. And that should not be a problem. But the deal has to work. That's the deal. Guys will want to be part of this. And you'll listen, there are people all over the place wanting to buy into baseball teams. And my feeling is if there are, and I believe there will be, this will be the case, that there will be in the negotiations, they'll need some influx of money. So there's two ways to get it. You can get it more public money thrown in, or you can go out and get an investor to make up the difference. And I think if you're dealing in a real estate play this big and people wanting to get into real estate and buy into sports teams, I think there would be a lot of candidates out there that would step in and fill the gap. And I know, Fred Ridley, who's the general chairman at Augusta, could walk out to the first tee and trip over about 8 billionaires. So they know a lot of people, and there's a lot of, and Major League Baseball, once again, has a big stake in getting this done. That's why I think it gets done. There's too much invested. It's too good on opportunity. It's always been from day one why I followed the money. This is where the money is. In the middle of Hillsborough County. That's where you're going to draw the most people. We had some people say, "Oh, St. Pete had the money." Yeah, they did. It's a terrible location for a huge entertainment complex and baseball stadium. It's on the edge of the market. You have to cross lots of bridges to get there with terrible traffic. It has no access for the majority of the market. Like, I don't understand why people don't get this. If people don't show up, it's going to fail. If they can't get to it conveniently, it's going to fail. And that's why they can't build it there. It's too much of a risk. Demographically, they don't build some of these places. McDonald's always knows where to locate because they do a lot of demographic studies. They always say, you don't want to find the best place to do business, go find a McDonald's. They've done all the work for you. So,
and they probably own the land.
Yeah, and they probably that's true. Rick, it's dirty JP's pond. Oh, I like the way that sounds. That means you can find the good stuff. Nathan Stout says 81 Rays games, 9 to 10 Bucs games, 9 to 10 Saturday for visiting fans flying in, 10 to 12 Yankee spring training, 113 days, nights of sporting events every year. Add in concerts. This is a huge dollar for TPA. Well, I'll go further than that. 81 Rays games. You're probably looking at about 2 or 3 different baseball tournaments, ACC baseball tournament, SEC baseball tournament, different World Baseball Classics, Caribbean, all different things you could do there. So it's not just 81 baseball games. You're probably looking at, probably closer to 120, 130. 9 to 10 Bucs games, yes, plus ReliaQuest Ball, plus Gasparilla Bowl, plus National Champions, plus Super Bowls, plus maybe other bowl games. You got the Florida-Georgia game coming. plus all the concerts, the Taylor Swifts, the Kenny Chesneys. We're looking at probably 10 to 15 concerts a year that are now there, maybe even more than that. You got Yankee spring training where they have, I think, 25 games there, 25 games at Yankee spring training. And then more concerts in the baseball stadium. You're looking at, probably 250 to 300 nights a year where there's a big event going on, and that fuels all this. Mike H says, I vouched for Danny Smith from the Redskin days. Great hire. Yeah. Listen, I have no problem with that hire just because he's old. The dude has tons of energy. You can see it on, again, I want production. I don't care how old he is. And look at his production. Look at his energy. And look what he brings. Absolutely.
And you know what? There might not be a better evaluator of talent on a football roster than a guy that's coached special teams for 20, 30 years. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, JP, I have fixed the head coaching problem with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's that?
I hereby accept
upgrade
the offer from the Glazers.
Upgrade
to be the new head coach.
I like your pregame routine already.
That's right in the middle of the game, baby. That's second quarter.
That's pregame. Third and long. Give me a Miller Lite.
Oh, having fun here.
Ye 1337 says, anyone else feel like Baker's tweet is part of an ad campaign? Really came out of left field. I thought he was hacked at first. An ad campaign? This is the most organic Baker Mayfield thing ever. Are you kidding me? Like, that would definitely not be my first thought. This is quintessential Baker. Chip on the shoulder, keep receipts. Hell yeah. No, I don't think that's it at all. Tony Boracio says, good morning. Welcome in. Says, what happens when the Buccaneers need a new stadium? They can't afford to do both. This is a very, very interesting question. And what's weird is the Buccaneers have not even come to Hillsborough County with any type of information or ask or anything. As this whole process goes on with the Lightning and Rays, they haven't made a move, which is weird. Maybe it tells me that they want to do much like Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins. Maybe they're going to self-fund whatever happens at Raymond James Stadium, because in any situation where you have public money coming your way, you have to give something up for that, whether it's a share of revenues or what have you. So I don't know. That's if the Bucs were concerned about it, then they would be in the ear of everybody in local government, and they're not. So I don't think you can really worry about it until the Bucs aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
They're not moving to Orlando.
No, they're not going anywhere. I think that's why, yeah. Aviation says, I hope he meant it. Talk about Baker. And I hope his teammates saw his message too. Baker has to start being the asshole in the building. I think it's great leadership. Again, turn up the temperature, because this is what brings out the best in your players. And if your head coach ain't going to do it, not going to motivate the players, which he's clearly not, that's not what he does. He not sure exactly what he does. Well, but yeah, Baker's got to do it. And thankfully he is. Thankfully he's the guy that will take the slings and arrows, because he's already getting shit nationally for saying stuff. I saw it this morning on Get Up. So, the same people that don't like Baker and people like him taking shots.
Really don't like Baker.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Saints fan.
Kevin Reeves says, if this comes to a public vote, citizens won't approve any new taxes. 70% of residents don't care about baseball. Yeah. Again, Kevin, I can't say this enough clearly because people don't listen. There are no property taxes going to be used for this. Your taxes are not going up. Okay? The public money will be earmarked from the SITS tax and special taxing districts that will be more like user fees. Okay? So, not saying that there's no cost to the public, but if the cost to the public is returned, then that's what good public-private partnerships do. It happens all the time, by the way. It's not just with baseball. It's with large companies. Amazon gets tax breaks and infrastructure, and it's worth it. If you're going to bring me a huge warehouse and employ thousands of people to my county, my city, yes, I'm going to give you tax breaks, or you will go elsewhere, and I will not, and my citizens will not reap the benefits of this. So there are public-private partnerships done. We're spending $1 billion in public money to put up a new terminal at the airport, right? Who benefits off that? The airlines. The airline companies do. Are they paying for it? Nope. Most of it's from user fees. The people who use the airport. So these things happen all the time. It's not just baseball teams or football teams or just sports teams.
And, JP, I can remember back to the early 90s, 92, 91, 92, when the Rangers announced their new stadium, which is now 2 stadiums ago. And, out in Arlington, as Arlington was beginning to become this hub of recreation and tourism, years before the Cowboys moved out there, obviously the Rangers, and then we have a Six Flags over Texas, which is adjacent to even where the old ballpark was. That ballpark, the ballpark in Arlington that I'm talking about, it was built right next to the old Ranger Stadium, which was, an old AA stadium from the 60s that they had to renovate. But when they were talking about funding for that, the residents of the city of Arlington were never taxed. Even back then, they didn't use resident taxes. They used rental car taxes. They used hotel room taxes is kind of what was the primary source locally for the tax money.
Yeah, which is what we're doing here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever hear them use those terms anymore about rental car tax and hotel tax but I think usually those are rolled into other programs.
Tourist tax. Tourist taxes.
Yeah, it's all the same thing, but
yeah.
And that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and that's me, the visitors. So all these Philly people who come down for the games and the Steeler people and the Packers people you'll see next year, that when they settle their hotel bill, there's a nice $17 charge at the bottom that goes into the hotel bed tax. And this is the way they're going to do it.
Thank you for paying for our stadium.
Yeah.
Philly.
Which is fine with me. Oh, but we could use that tax money for other things. Well,
not that we'll make you as much money as the stadium.
Right. Exactly.
I think that's what's lost on people, the commoners, JP, that aren't as smart as me and you. All of those lowly people out there that don't understand sports and stadium and entertainment. This isn't just a baseball stadium. It's not just benefited by the team and the fans that go watch the game.
Right.
Like you have pointed out numerous times, this supports the entire community and will make millions of dollars for the entire community. It's an investment by the city and by the community. It's not just a baseball stadium. And I feel like people who don't follow sports, like that gets lost with them, unfortunately.
You mean like these academics that do these studies about how public subsidies for stadiums never pan out? And it's so funny. And you know who these people are. These are the same nerds that were never on a baseball team or a hockey team or a football team or any who hate sports, who go into academia, and you can get numbers to say anything you want. And I've seen, especially in Atlanta, how they talk about, oh, this is just rearranged. Listen, and I understand part of it is, if you build this, there are people that just, that money that would have been spent maybe in Wesley Chapel that is now spent down here. That's not an influx of income. I agree with that. But I also see tons of fans coming from other cities. You see fans and parents coming for travel baseball.
for travel. Those are people that are going to, hey, let's go down and have a burger right by the stadium in the Sportsplex and walk around the stadium. People do that all the time at the Battery without even going in for a baseball game. It's a tourist attraction. And that's what we are, by the way, a tourist economy. And that's why we have these special taxing things that tax tourists and put the money back into infrastructure that continue to bring tourists in. You have to build new, shiny stuff for people to have a reason to come. It's like, oh, I've already been there. I'm not going to go back. They have a new stadium there now. Oh, really? Yeah, it's got a whole new entertainment district. They have a Ferris wheel with a strip club. It's oh, damn, let's go. See, we come up with so many great ideas here. I mean, they're already stealing it. They stole our drone tarp idea, right?
Yeah,
so it's this is the incubator right here, folks. People. Some of those asinine things you've ever heard in your life are happening on this show. We got to get one more break in. Let's hit the break, come back, we'll finish up. I'll get I'll go through these comments and get the best of the best, and we'll do those when we come back. Brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing, who is hiring right now. They're so busy because they entertain on this fine program. ThirdGenerationPlumbing.com. Get your resume in. If you work for one of those other big companies that are cheating their customers, selling them stuff they don't need, well, come work for an honest company. ThirdGenerationPlumbing.com. John Rodriguez and PJ over there, great dudes. They pay well, good family company. You get all your holidays off, and you have benefits as well. So if you're looking for a new start with a new company, ThirdGenerationPlumbing.com and AC, and they are in partners with American Standard Heating and Cooling. That's what they sell, their units, great stuff. Check them out at ThirdGenerationPlumbing.com. Back in 3.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to FanStreamSports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Timm Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. FanStreamSports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, FanStreamSports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the great JP Peterson Show. Cafe Paradiso, our great sponsors. Love you guys over there. If you're looking for a great Italian meal, go see my friend Paolo Dini at ParadisoTampa.com is the website. You can go to Open Table, get a reservation, and see that they were voted number 3 on Open Table as the best traditional Italian restaurant in the area. So if you're done with those frou-frou Italian places and you just want a great meal with a great glass of wine and a great atmosphere, it's Cafe Paradiso. It's my favorite. Should be yours as well. Check it out this weekend. Go get yourself a reservation to go to Cafe Paradiso. Ooh, I could go for some lasagna right now.
I need me some of that in my life.
Ooh, and a nice farfalle, salchicha.
Probably going to have to do Olive Garden this weekend.
Ooh, Olive Garden, good.
I'm not snowed in.
Cannot say Olive Garden while I'm talking about Cafe Paradiso.
That's all I have here.
You don't have a good Italian restaurant in North Texas?
Not like Cafe Paradiso, I don't. No.
Definitely
not at the value. Like I can go find a $200 Italian place, but I'm not getting the value I do at Cafe Paradiso.
You are correct. James says, JP, everything you say makes sense. Don't get me wrong, but they could have handled this better. That's all I'm saying. You mean the Rays? They're just getting started, bro. I would like some more transparency, but they're just really busy. And you don't want to come out and talk about stuff when you don't know the answers yet. So that's the other part of this. They just don't have a lot of answers. They don't know exactly what the funding is going to look like, but they do know what the stadium's going to look like. They have the renderings. That's been done, and that will be, as we just broke the news on that, they will announce that at a press conference the week of February 2nd. The governor's expected to be a big part of that press conference. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Nathan says Tampa Sports Village coming. Tampa Sports Village. Okay. Manatee County building a super cruise port that will be no small town Tampa Bay ever again. Yeah, I saw that. So we've been talking about this. It's one of the things is like when the St. Pete deal was going down, I'm like, you could use this money in better ways, like way better ways. Like, why don't you build a cruise port on the other side of the Skyway? Because these big ships can't get under the Skyway. So we don't have, we miss out on a lot of possible cruise line and visitors coming in for that because they can't get under the Skyway. So if we build a cruise port on the other side, you could do it in Manatee County or you could do it up in the St. Pete side, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. And it would make a lot of money. That would bring in tons of business, and that's what we're looking for. Michael LaRue, good morning to you, said good coaches like the Harbaughs get good coaches to join them. Bowles is a lame duck, which makes it hard to build a good staff. Bucs should just hire Zach Robinson now before they lose him too. Could not agree more. When the good coaches come in here and see dysfunction, they go elsewhere. And that tells you, if you don't already know, all the other signs that are out there, there's another one. And this is why we're just bleh. What else we got here? Lonnie Wilkins, good morning to you. So the majority who don't support are on street corners on the weekend protesting nonsense while our own country is collapsing on itself. Sports projects like this bring people together. Amen, brother. A-effing men. Comment of the day goes to Lonnie Wilkins. That's right. So much division in this world that we live in right now. So much of it fabricated as well. Division. So don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. They're trying to rip us apart. You know, these people that are funding these fake protests. It's ridiculous. Stay the course. These are things that can bring liberals and conservatives together. Sports does it all the time. So yeah, this is something that we can all get behind. Again, this public money, by the way, if I could just, as an aside,
Here he goes.
this public money we're going to spend, if you don't spend it on this, where's it going to go? The Lear centers? You know, do you know how much money locally and across Florida has been spent in how your local property taxes in the last 5 years have doubled? Where's that money going? Where's that money going? We see fraud everywhere. At least I'll know where this money's going and what it's going to. So I think that would be a plus and should be figured in. You know, let's build stuff with this money. The amount of fraud that we've dealt with, we could have built so many great things like shelter for the homeless, doing really positive things, like when getting money for the homeless, actually building homeless places for people to live instead of wherever that money went. Yeah, let's start concentrating on that. What else we got here? Anything else?
Did you get the last super chat?
No, put it up.
I remember if you read this. $5 from Mary Leaving. I don't see Brian Callahan not being the guy. I don't know if that means he thinks he is the guy.
What does he bring to the table?
He was our second choice.
I mean, he got hired when he was with the Bengals for, I guess, as an OC. He wasn't calling plays, and then when he got to call plays, he was terrible.
He was not
a terrible leader. Yeah. No, I would prefer Zach Robinson to Brian Callahan. I just would.
Yeah.
Rick says John Morgan will have an office and a weed dispensary in the Orlando baseball stadium.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
As long as it's legal. Is weed legal in Florida?
Sort of.
Okay.
You got to get a card.
Okay. Yeah, we don't even have that in Texas. We got nothing here in Texas.
Belle says she could see me as a Dimitri. Yeah. James says, JP, they could have handled this better. That's all. I agree with Stu was way off and his days were done. If public-private equals taxpayers getting a return, I'm fine. But if the owners get the return, it's got to be crafted correctly. I'm not going to be for it. If they throw some St. Pete kind of deal out there, which, of course, Hillsboro's not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not like the mayor in St. Pete that just wanted, do anything they possibly could to keep and little did he know they had no plans to ever build a stadium there. It was a real estate ploy to get the real estate and sell it before he sold the team. And thank God, Rob Manfred stepped in and cut that shit off at the knees. And St. Pete still has 86 acres of prime downtown that they could do something wonderful with. Because left to his own devices, Stu would have taken that on his way out. So be happy that never went through. It would have been a complete failure anyway. And again, that is not anything against St. Pete. It's just demographics and location. That's all it is. You can do something way better with that than a baseball stadium, which is what they will do. What else we got? Anything else we need to get to here, partner? You had something you wanted to get in, the 100-point kid?
Oh, yeah, this is kind of on a national story, but out in Arizona, we have a high school student, Adrian Stubbs, who is 5'10". He's a senior guard. Not on the radar for any blue blood hoops programs, not on any NIL targets for major companies, although that might be changing because JP last week in a 109-25 rout of Umacofa, Arizona High School, he not only scored 100 points, he did it in 3 quarters.
What?
He did this in 3 quarters while the rest of the team combined for 9 points.
Who is this kid?
They called the game after 3 quarters.
And he still scored 100 points.
He scored 100 points.
Is it like, well, clearly this is a men against boys scenario?
I mean, he's 5'10". It's not like he's got height on everybody. I feel like most high school dudes playing basketball are probably 5'10", right?
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I don't know this dude's history, if he's one of those ballers, but the article I read, he's not being recruited by anybody, not even in Arizona. Arizona State doesn't want him. Arizona doesn't want him. So it's not like he's one of these studs that everybody's recruiting. So, dude, I don't know what has to fall in place for an average Joe high school 5'10" basketball player to score 100 points in 3 quarters.
I need to see some video of that. Yeah.
Like, I've always wondered this. Like, I played high school basketball, and through middle school and high school. When I was in middle school, I was taller than everybody, so I played center and a little bit of forward. By the time I was a sophomore in high school, number one, I had 2 knee surgeries my 8th grade freshman year. But like, I was shorter, so I moved to, and I had the same coach from middle school all the way through high school. So, I transitioned to point guard. And then I see, over the years, all these guys that are scoring these massive points. I always wondered, like, if a high school team made a concerted effort, like, hey, we're going to get somebody 100 points. We're playing whatever, a team that we know sucks. We're going to beat them anyway, whatever. And, hey, John, you're the guy. We're doing all night tonight is dishing the ball to you. On every play, You're getting the ball. Like, could you score 100 points in a game? Like, I feel like that could be somewhat doable, right? For a dude that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wonder if that's what this was, because it kind of sounds like it, right?
Yeah. I think you're on to something there for sure.
And by the way, of course, I couldn't get the picture, but he took the picture just like Wilt with the 100
point. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. ESPN has it on their Instagram story if y'all want to go find it.
All right. I will do that. All right. We got all the super chats and everything else in there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. I wish we could get to all your comments each and every day. It's just, it's mind blowing how many comments you guys put in there. I really appreciate your participation. And I know you guys read the comments between each other and you go back and forth. And I absolutely love our chat group. You guys are fantastic. Thank you all for being in here. And I promise you, I am working on an event. And will you all come? Please come here at Kingmakers. Maybe
I might even make the trip, JP.
Maybe it's a Super Bowl party. What do we got? Ooh. 3 weeks to plan that?
Ooh.
3 weeks? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to intrude on people's Super Bowl routines. That's kind of a.
Well, I mean, it's got to be football related, right?
Why can't we just go to Riveters and get drunk?
We can. Well, Riveters is going to pay for I've already got a nice little trade deal with them. They're going to provide the food. And we have this great space here. And it's where the podcast is and everything. So you guys chime in. Because I want Nathan, James, Sergio, Bell, Rick, come. Joel, Aviation, Mike, Tampa guy. Like, I want all of you to come, and I will feed you, and we'll get drinks for you, and we'll all gather. But it is true. Everybody kind of has a Super Bowl routine, so maybe that's not. You guys want to do a Super Bowl party or just a party? We could just do a party. And not watch something.
We can do my birthday party in April, right before the Masters.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
So give me some feedback in the chat. you can email me, JP at the JPPetersonShow.com. That's really easy. So email me, give me some feedback on what you guys would do and show up for. So you're going to get free food and drink. So we got that going for you. Where you want to do
nice.
it, you want to do it at Riveters, we can do it here. What do you want to do? So let me know. Feedback. I want to do a thanks to all you great folks out there. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. We love you. We will see you tomorrow.